is the house retail ready? Whenever you see this picture, anyone on here, do you guys see, what do you see in this picture? Do you think the real estate agent walks in and says, hey, I'll be here tomorrow with my camera guy and we'll come through and take pictures and get this house listed tomorrow? Or do they say, clean this place out? And with the adult children living over 400 miles away, that burden, they're like, hold on, I'm only going to be in town until Sunday. I got to get back to my life here. Who's going to pay for this rehab? That's not even a rhetorical question. Ask yourself that question right now. If you move mom in and there's a deficit between her income and the community you pick out, how are you going to pay for that, let alone the rehab that needs to be done on the house to get that equity unlocked? If you go the retail route, that's the point. That people don't want to go the retail route. If they did, they would not need the mom's house service. Now, not all hoarding is the same. I look at this house, it's a beautiful home, beautiful possessions, but is this house retail ready? This guy was a brain surgeon and he had over 11,000 square feet filled with just cubic footage of stuff. Some of it cool, some of it awesome, but a lot of it was just stuff. And so these were his possessions. And so getting the house retail ready is hard for even a situation like this. In fact, my estimation on this one house alone, that was going to cost me $50,000 to clean the place out and store all these items somewhere off-site. 50 grand. So think about that, guys. That's how much possessions he had. There was over 50,000 items in this house. Then you've got houses like this, in perfect shape, a beautiful mint, 1950s, mid-century modern, but is this retail ready? Is this retail ready? I always say don't buy weird. This was a kitchen table that was also a sink and was also a stove. It seems like that would be something that would be in an RV, but this was actually a tri-level house. The reason why I show it to you is that these houses today, a lot of them are functionally obsolescent and the families don't want to do what it takes to get it retail ready. A lot of times people will say, hey, that bathroom has mirrors in it, I don't need to replace the mirrors. But when we see it as real estate investors, we know full well that this house is not anywhere near retail ready. We go in these houses, we see crazy stuff. There's animal pelts on the ground. This guy probably had a great time, creating this wall of beer cans, or probably had a blast doing that, but is it valuable to anyone but him? This is the kind of stuff, this possession of these beer cans was valuable to that person. He obviously loved beer. Probably was a fun guy. Probably loved to play cards in that basement, I'd assume. Just a fun person you might want to hang out with. But what do you do with dad's beer can collection? Right? It basically has no value. And that's the idea here is the better you can get with the stuff. Here's a good example. Is this retail ready? I mean, if you're a fan of the singer Prince, this might be the perfect kitchen. But for everyone else, it's, you might have to change it back.